Evening, David Franzine here. I popped on just about a minute early here to make sure I could get on here this evening. So we'll get started at the top of I should say the bottom of the hour because we're starting at 7:30 tonight instead of my usual 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I prefer to do it around 8 o'clock. The other night I had to do it at 9 o'clock, and tonight because I've got a call at 8 o'clock, I have to go on here at 7:30. So hopefully that won't be too much of an inconvenience for anybody. So we're going to go ahead and get started in just a minute. So for those that are on, just bear with me for a minute until we get started. Okay, it is 7:30, everybody. So welcome. Thank you for hopping on here if you're watching live or if you're catching the replay at a later date or time. I'd like to introduce myself first of all. My name is David Franzine, and besides being an online marketer, I have had a 30-year career at Universal Studios here in Orlando, Florida. 25 years I was in the entertainment department, primarily as a performer. The last 5 years I've worked in the security department. And while I enjoy my work and I enjoy the people I work with and the company I work for, I decided a few years ago that when I retired in a couple of years, I want to have a little better chance of having I guess you could say, more luxurious, more free lifestyle. So 3 or 4 years ago, I started looking online and I decided to do some online marketers. I'd seen many people that had come online and make a lot of money. Yet I've also seen a lot of people that have failed. And the reason most people fail is they just don't give it long enough. Well, that's a subject for another night. Tonight, because I don't want to waste any time, and we're going to be here for about 10 or 15 minutes this evening. So tonight's subject is why now is the perfect time for you to start your own online business. So why not now? Why not you? Why not now, right? So I'm going to give you a few reasons why I think now is the perfect time to start your own online business. And I hope after I hit on a few things that you'll, at the end of this, the question to yourself will be, yeah, why shouldn't it be? I mean, why not now? Why shouldn't I start an online business? So hopefully that's the question you'll have for yourself, and the answer will be yes. Let's get started. So the first reason, and I've got a few here. The first reason I feel that you can and should start an online business is because it really won't, unless you allow it to, it won't interfere that much with what you're currently doing. You can still work your job if you're working full time. You can still go to school if you're going to school full time. As long as you've got an hour or so each day to devote to an online job or working from home, however you want to phrase it, as long as you've got that hour or so to devote to that and you've got the discipline to do it, you definitely can do it. Another reason why it's a great time to get started is because in most online companies, and I'll use my company as an example, you could get started for relatively inexpensive. In my company, which I'm in a health and wellness company, we have a lot of supplemental products, weight loss products. We have a great travel club. We have energy boosting drinks. We have a line of cosmetics for the ladies. We have a great travel club, travel portal where you could go in and get great discounts on your savings. Well, in my company, you can either start as a free affiliate, or what we usually recommend for people getting in is that you give yourself a promotion to executive. And what that requires is a purchase of some products. And that purchase can be for as little as like $150, which will put you at the executive level. So now you tell me anywhere else where you can go and you can start a business for 150 bucks. It's just not possible. It's just not going to happen. And where you have a real chance of success as long as you get plugged into the right system and you have the right training and all that. So compare that to, say, the brick and mortar world, where you could go out there. And I know from experience, because one time about 15 years ago, I tried to start a nightclub, and it didn't go so well. And I probably lost about $70,000 doing that. So, an online business, brick and mortar world, where you have just as much chance of failure as you do with online marketing, could cost you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So why not start an online business where you can get started for a relatively inexpensive sum? The next thing for starting an online business is this: you're doing something positive for yourself, because you're trying to create some extra income. And I don't know why you want to create the extra income. That's up to you to determine your why and your reasons, and to get fired up about doing it. That's on you, or that's for another training for another night. And if you go back to some of my other trainings, you'll understand a lot of the things that I talk about and train on that can really help you in your online business, should you choose to pursue it. But at least for me anyway, I take great satisfaction in that not only do I work a full-time job, but I also do some online marketing, and I'm creating some extra income to improve myself financially. I take pride in that. I'm proud of myself. I feel good about myself every day, for trying to better myself and escalate my position in life. And you could do the same. And the nice thing about it, sorry, my nose is itching a little bit. The nice thing about it is, you can also help other people. If it's your goal to help other people, well, this is a perfect way to do that. Because once you figure it out, and it takes a little while to figure it out, let me tell you that. And I will tell you also, the reason a lot of people quit when they come online and try to work from home is they just don't give it enough time. They don't have the patience. They work at it for a little bit, they don't see immediate results, and they get discouraged and they quit. But if you are willing to stick with it for a little while and have patience with it, you will figure it out. You will make income. And then won't that feel so good to be able to share that knowledge, to share that experience with other people, and to help them? For example, my personal mission statement is this: I love helping other people overcome their self-limiting beliefs and achieve financial freedom. That's my simple mission statement, because I don't put myself first. I think of other people that I want to help, and putting them first puts me in a position of servitude that, as Jim Rohn once said, if you help enough other people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The other thing, or another thing, guys, it's really not that hard, to run an online business. It's not that hard. It's not digging ditches. It's not physical or manual labor. It's doing a few simple tasks each and every day on a consistent basis, which I talked about in one of my other trainings, is to be successful. I would encourage you to go back and look at one of my more popular videos besides Daily Method of Operation. One of my more popular training videos I've done here the last few days has been 5 Keys to Success. So the 5 Keys to Success will talk a lot about the things you need to do on a daily basis to create success in your business. So if you can make a few posts to your social media, if you can shoot some videos like I do, if you can plug into some training and just do a few simple tasks, taking an hour or so per day, you can be successful. Now, will it happen overnight? No. I tell people all the time, if you expect to come into this and have overnight riches, well, then it's really not going to be of interest to you, or I don't really think I can work with you. Because if you have that sort of short-term mentality, I know that you don't have the stick-to-itiveness to bear with it and be there for the long-term game that we're playing here. So just Just have the determination, have the focus daily, and you can be successful. Aside from it not being that hard, the next thing I want to talk about is creating a little bit of extra income for your retirement. And as you can tell, looking at me, I'm a little bit older. I'm in my late 50s. And I do, after 30 years of working at Universal, I do plan on retiring in 3 or 4 years from there. Now, do I think I'll be okay in retirement? Say if I didn't do anything, say I didn't go online, I didn't work from home, I didn't try to make any extra income. Would I be okay in retirement? I might be. I think I would be, as long as I live somewhat frugally. I don't overspend and, you know, spoil myself rotten. I think I could survive. I've got a 401k that was not doing so well the last few days. It's doing a little bit better. But I've got that. I've got my Social Security that I'll be able to get in a few years. So I've got some assets that would help me probably survive in retirement. But I don't want to just survive, you know, guys. I want to have more. And don't you want more? Don't you think you deserve more? Don't you think you can have more? I want to know that in retirement that I'm going to have plenty. You know, I want to live till I'm in my 90s, you know, and I want to make sure that my Social Security or my 401k doesn't run out. So the cool thing about this, and I had this epiphany a couple months ago, is the so cool thing about starting now when I did to work from home and create that extra income is I still plan on working for 3 or 4 more years. And isn't that awesome that during that 3 or 4 years that I'm working my full-time job at Universal, that I can, in my part-time, pursue some online marketing and create some side income that's going to grow and get better over time. And so I'm not in a huge hurry, you know, like some people, they're like, oh man, I'm in a desperate situation. And, you know, and if you are in that position, I'm sorry for that. And probably online marketing would not be the best answer for you, because you need to create some income immediately in a quick way to survive. And I understand that and respect that. But if you do feel that you have a little bit of time, like I do, having 3 or 4 years, I don't feel the pressure and the stress of it. I know that I can take my consistent daily action, grow my business, grow my following each and every day, make a little bit of money in the beginning, increase that as time goes by. And then by the time I retire in 3 or 4 years, I'll probably have a fairly substantial income coming in from my online business. And that's what we're after. That's our ultimate goal, is to create that extra income over time so that we can have that in the future for ourselves and our loved ones. So, you know, and if you're in a position where you are working, you know, say you're younger, not like me, an old guy, say you're younger and say you're in your 20s or your 30s, maybe you don't like your job. Maybe you don't like working for somebody else. Maybe you don't like having the time freedom. So isn't it a great idea then to now, sooner than later, get into an online business, working for yourself from home, where you can set your own hours, set your own schedule? If you want to have time with your kids or time to go to the beach or whatever the case may be, you can do that. So you want to create that extra income. So you want to start now so that maybe in a year or so, you can walk away from your job. And then you don't have to spend 20 or 30 years at one particular company like I have. So you're in an even better situation if you're younger, because you've got all the time in the world to do this. I say that to all the people all the time, you know, when I'm talking with younger people that I'm prospecting for my business. I say, man, I wish I was in your shoes, because had I known about this opportunity 20 years ago, man, I would have been on it, knowing that I have all the time and the resources to make this happen. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to take a quick drink of water here. My throat's a little dry today. Maybe it's because I'm getting too excited here. I don't know. Could be that. I think I'll be okay now though. So having more time is going to allow you to start your business now, create that income to where you can walk away from a job in the future. Or if you're in my situation, it's a cool thing knowing that you're creating this extra money that you're going to have for retirement. And the other thing about that, which it leads into, is I think it's so neat the fact that I could build my business now, get it to a stable point where I'm making some good residual income every month. And then 3 or 4 years when I do retire from my job, I'm going to be active. I'm not just going to sit around on my lazy butt and watch TV all day or golf all day, although I will like to golf every now and then. I'm going to have something purposeful to do. I'm going to have some value to give to others, and be a contributing member of society and help others and stay active. And that excites me, and the other thing is I'll have more time, I'll be retired, so I'll have more time if I choose, and that's up to me. Maybe I'll be making so much money by then that I won't have to work my online business that much. But if I choose to and continue to want to grow it, I've got more time when I'm retired to be able to do that. And so I think that's a really neat thing. The last thing is look at the economy we're living in. It's uncertain, isn't it? You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the last few days, looking at the market as I have been, things are looking a little better. I think the economy has improved a little bit, and that's certainly great news for everybody. But who knows when it's going to go down again? Who know? I mean, do you want to have to rely on the government or your job to sustain you, especially as you get older, not knowing for sure what's going to be available, if Social Security is even going to be there, not knowing if your employment is going to be there? I mean, why not start now with something that you could spend an hour or two a day on, if that even? I know people that build a successful online business working 30 to 60 minutes a day. I personally do about an hour or two per day. And then on the weekends, I try to do maybe 2 or 3 hours per day. But I know people that have built successful online businesses in 30 to 60 minutes a day. They have kids, they have a job, they have other responsibilities. It's possible to do it, folks. It really is. And there's no better time to do it than right now. And I want to give you a few suggestions as we wrap it up here tonight, because we're getting close to 20 minutes. And I don't like to go over 20 minutes because I don't know, I don't want to take that much of your time. And people these days have shorter attention spans and that sort of thing anyway. So most of my trainings do go about 20 minutes, because I always think they're only going to go about 10, but then I get to talking pretty good and they go a little bit longer. So I apologize for that. But I do think I'm giving you some valuable information that can benefit you. And if I am, I would appreciate your comments, whether you're watching this live or in a recording. I appreciate your comments and your feedback. I didn't mention it earlier, which I usually do at the beginning, but I am doing day 7 now of a 21-day Facebook Live challenge. So I had a mentor that I work with, and that's something I always recommend, is working with somebody that has had results so that you can copy them and try to achieve the same results. And they recommended that I do 21-day live Facebook challenge. So that's what I'm doing. Tomorrow will be day 8. So hopefully if you're getting some value tonight, you'll jump on here tomorrow night or in the future. And these are a couple things I recommend. And closing here tonight is that if you do want to start an online business, find a company or product that you believe in and that you can fully support, wholeheartedly get behind, and feel good about promoting. So find that company, find mentorship that, or training, whatever you want to call it. People don't join a business for the business. Usually they join it because of the people. So my recommendation would be find somebody that you like, know, and trust, that you feel that has your best interest in mind, that can help you achieve your goals, help you reach your financial goals that you have for yourself. Somebody that offers support and training. And I had to just look at my notes to make sure I didn't forget anything. And they offer you the support and the training to help you be successful. Because if you're coming in new, you're not going to know what the hell you're doing. But if you get with a company that has training in place, that has the support system in place, that is going to train you, and if you're willing to learn, you can do it. And then the last thing is, there's something out there called high ticket affiliate marketing. If you ever get anybody approaching you about that, I would advise you to stay away from that, because that's going to cost you a couple $1,000s to get started. It's an okay way to make money online, but I personally, I tried it for a little while, and I run into people that want to start an online business, but they don't have a couple extra $1,000s to invest in it. So I prefer this model, where you could start for like $150 with my company. So that's what I'm sticking to right now. So that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And hopefully now you can ask yourself that question: why not me? Why not now? Why not start my own online business so I can create now some extra income that's going to serve me and my family in the future? It's not that hard. Anybody can do it. I know you can too. This is David Franzine. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.